Hey, this is Rama from Creations Landscape Designs of the Interfaith Landscapes blog. I wanted to share a bit with you about me and my business and give you a little backstory for anyone that's curious. But before I do that, I make videos about drought-tolerant plants, California native plants, sustainability, anything and everything in between. So if you'd like to get more of that content in your feed, then hit the red subscribe button. So I was born in Tehran in the mid-70s, and Halloween of '84 my family and I migrated to California. At the time, my mom's brother was living in Westlake Village with his wife and 2 kids, so we figured, hey, let's go there. And we did. It wasn't the easiest journey, but we made it. And I vividly remember having to put on a mask and walk around door to door, knocking on doors, asking for candy. Now in Iran, we don't have Halloween as a holiday, so I didn't know exactly what we were doing or why we were doing that. And at the time, I didn't speak any English, so I was this confused 9-year-old trying to figure out what's going on here. Why am I holding a plastic bag, walking around, asking for candy? And then, of course, I didn't actually get to eat any of the candy. Anyway, I quickly learned to acclimate to the California lifestyle, to the American lifestyle. Through tutoring and ESL classes, I learned English, and ultimately, over time, I became comfortable in my environment. So comfortable that admittedly, when we would go back to Iran during the summers in high school, I felt more uncomfortable being there because I had to wear a hijab and there were rules and restrictions that I had to follow. So then, after high school, I went to Saddleback College and studied 3 years of architecture and hated it. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to study architecture. I just personally didn't love it. And towards the beginning of my 3rd year there, I met a student who was studying horticulture. And she showed me some of the designs that she was working on, some of the landscape designs. And immediately I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So from Saddleback College, I transferred to Cal Poly Pomona and studied landscape architecture and got a degree in landscape architecture, a Bachelor of Science. From there, I worked for different landscape architecture companies because that's what you were supposed to do. The premise was that while you were in school, you interned for a company, and once you graduated, you worked full-time for somebody. And I vividly remember at the time being told by so many people that it would be so much easier to work for somebody than to have your own business. And then, middle of 2007, June to be specific, I lost my day job. The economy had crashed, and there just wasn't enough work to keep me busy, as well as everyone else in the office that I was working for. And since I was lowest on the totem pole, I was first to get hit and be told, hey, sorry, I don't have enough work to keep you employed. At that point, I hit a crossroads of, do I want to work for another landscape architecture company? Which at the time was not an option because every company, at least within the state of California that I contacted, was either not hiring, laying off, or had a position available that I was not even remotely qualified for. Then I thought, okay, I need a job. Because at the time I lived in a condo, had a mortgage, and various other bills to pay for. So, oh my God, maybe I should just get a job. Any job. Any job just to have money to pay the bills. And then, one day I had an epiphany. Hey, wait a second. What if I made postcards advertising myself as a landscape designer? and I go door to door passing out these postcards and subsequently promoting my business, and then come home, take a break, lunch break, and look for a day job, any sort of day job. So I did for months. Every morning, take a stack of 50 to 100 postcards, walk door to door in neighborhoods around where I lived, around where my mother lived, around where my friends lived, and just passing out these postcards promoting myself. Then come home, eat lunch, and be on the computer looking for any sort of job. Go to any employment agency. Hey, I'm Rama, I need this, I need this, I need this. And then I also started attending different networking meetings that were specific towards business, promoting and growing your business. And there I learned a lot from the different speakers and the different people that were there about how to grow and promote myself. And after the first month of passing out postcards, I got one client, made $1,200. Oh my God. In that moment, I was like, yes, my own client that I got independently by myself through hard work and perseverance and determination. I did it. One client. And that lit the fire that I needed. It lit the fire that I needed to say, you know what? I'm going to succeed at being a self-employed landscape designer. And that's how my business and everything got started. I vividly remember feeling so excited. Now, don't get me wrong, I still tried to look for a day job because hedging my bets here, but it never happened. The universe made it possible that I just never got the day job and wound up with a profitable business.